Hello guys, today we're going to talk about looping in C++, and one particular looping patterns I want to talk about is question 1 looping about this. So what we have here is 1, 2, 2, 2 thrice, and number of 3 5 times, and number of 4 7 times. So how to print this loop? We have a program for that which I'm going to tell you how it works. uh, we have declared variables initially, then we ask the user to enter the number of lines to be printed, and he enters it in a variable called n. Now for printing the number of lines, we have a for loop. Then when this looping condition is satisfied, it comes inside for the first part of looping, for the first part of the line, where we have to print spaces. For the number of spaces in each line, we have initialized j as n minus 1, then checking the condition for that j greater than c, where c is equal to 0, and throughout the loop j decrements by 1. Then we get spaces. After that loop is executed, we have C++, where we are incrementing C by 1, so that each time it comes to a new line, the number of spaces are decreased, as we can see in the program here, as we can see in the question. 1, 2, 3 spaces for the first line, and for the second line we have only 2. So in this program we increment this by 1, and we use the for loop for the next line. Now for printing the numbers, we have another for loop in where k is equal to 1, k is lesser than a, where a is equal to 1, k plus plus. Now we print b, where b is this number, and a is the number of times a particular number has to be printed. So what happens here is, when a is equal to 1, k is equal to 1, so the condition is satisfied, it comes inside and prints b one number of times. Then it goes back again, k plus plus, where k is 2, 2 is lesser than equal to a, which is false, it comes outside. Now b becomes b plus plus, where 1 becomes 2 and a becomes a plus 2, because each time a new line is entered, the number of times the number has to be printed is incremented by 2 in this pattern. So we have a equal to a plus 2. Now it goes to the next line, end L, and comes outside for another line. What happens here is, I is 2, I is lesser than n, and it comes inside, it prints two number of spaces depending upon the size of your pattern, and C++, where again C is incremented so that the number of spaces are decreased. Now what happens here, this part is k is equal to 1, as we know a is 3 right now, because 1 plus 2 3. So k 1 is lesser than or equal to 3, comes down, prints b as 2, then it goes up again, k becomes 2, prints b as 2, then k becomes 3, and another 2 is printed. Totally 3 number of times number 2 is printed. Then it comes down again, b is incremented by one more, so now the value of b is 3, and a's value now is incremented by 2, where a's value becomes 5, and goes to the next line, and this program continues till I is greater than equal to n. So now for executing the program, now we ask the user to print the number of lines. So if we enter the number of lines as 5, this is the output we get. And another time, if we enter a different number this time, for example, we entered the number of lines as 7, we get this pattern. Thank you and have a good day ahead.